We are currently on our way to Seattle. We're gonna drive 4.5 hours to get one ingredient to make one delicious dish. Is everybody ready?
Woo!
Let's do it.
Every time I think about you, I bet this isn't how you remember me at all. 'Cause I go one step closer to bed before the midnight hour, and I'm just waiting for a faded lift ride home one step.
Uh-oh, careful. Your car might get lit on fire here. Well, we have officially made it to Seattle. Why are you filming me? We made it to Seattle about 7 hours later. We did have to stop for food. Anyways, we're here. It's nighttime. I don't know if you can see, but we're just a stone's throw from the water. Tomorrow, it will be beautiful. Anyways, tomorrow, hold on. Tomorrow the beach will be beautiful, and tomorrow we'll be getting our one ingredient to cook the most amazing meal ever. The whole reason we came for this trip. So stick with me. We have made it to the beach in Seattle. Finally stopped raining, kind of. It's actually still raining. But we made it. We're gonna go to a fish market here shortly, and we're gonna go get the one ingredient that we drove all the way here for. We're gonna make a delicious meal out of it, and I'm excited to show you guys what it is. I've never cooked with it, but it looks hilarious, and so I'm gonna cook with it. You're welcome. We have made it to Pike's Place Public Market. Truth be told, I do not like people. I don't like a lot of people. This is gonna be terrifying. But I make sacrifices for you guys and for food. So let's go. Yeah. Dinner Daddy, look it up. That's what it's called. Yeah. Can I get my card back?
I don't see why.
All right, thanks, man. We're gonna go to the gum wall.
Take it out and then you put it on the wall where no one else's gum is. Now press hard so it sticks. It's hard where it sticks right there, okay?
Ew. Gross.
We'll have your turn.
There you go.
Okay, do not swallow it, okay?
Good news, everybody. We survived Pike's Peak. Pike Place Peaks. I don't know what the hell it's called. Pike's Place Peak Market. We survived. We still have the whole family together. We got our secret ingredient. We're going to go back and we're going to cook it, and it's going to be incredible because we drove 7 hours to get here and we survived 4 billion people in the market for this stinking dish. Let's do it. Thanks. All right, everybody. We're in Seattle, Alki Beach, right? Not Alki, Alki Beach. We have made a special trip. We drove 7 hours to Seattle for one ingredient so that I can make this one video for you guys. Are you ready to see what it is? Because it's freaking hilarious. This is called Geoduck. This is the largest clam that exists on the planet. It looks hilarious. I was really hoping that they would have like a whole Geoduck down at the market, but they don't, which actually turned out to be a blessing because an entire gooey duck with the shell and the innards in it, it costs $100. This was $40 a pound, but I get 2 gooey ducks worth of meat for $40. So that's pretty sweet. We're gonna be making a gooey duck chowder, clam chowder, because it is a clam, but with gooey duck. Let's go ahead and see what we need to make this. By the way, this is not like a cheap dinner for everybody. This is kind of bougie. I was just really excited to come to Seattle to get a gooey duck to make this for you. So let's go ahead and see what we need. 1 peeled and cleaned gooey duck. We're gonna go ahead and use, we're gonna chop up two russet potatoes. I don't know that that's actually gonna be, if we're gonna use both of them, but we're gonna chop them both up. 3 sticks of celery, pretty easy. 4 sticks of celery, pretty easy. 5 of these, these are like tiny little, what are these called? Carrots. They're special organic carrots, so.
They're smaller than the gooey duck.
They're smaller than the gooey duck. A shallot. A lemon. Some heavy whipping cream. Truth be told, I don't like super creamy clam chowder. I never have. When I was a kid and I made clam chowder, like out of the can, I would add milk to it because I like it kind of runny. That ain't for everybody, totally fine. However, I like my clam chowder to be more soupy than thick. So we're gonna wind up adding a little bit of whole milk to it. You can skip that if you want. Anyways, let's get into this. We're just gonna chop this celery up real quick. We're not gonna get super crazy with it. Without chopping our fingers off, preferably.
Oh, watch out!
And I'm gonna do big chunks of, oh, I should have got a bowl. You can pause that for a second, please. To a bowl. Now our carrots, samesies. Cut the tops off of these. We're looking for pretty much equal parts celery and carrots. And about the same size if you can swing it. Maybe carrots I'll cut a little bit thinner because they take a little bit longer to cook.
Rolling carrots, oh no! Missed one.
Thank you. Potato, like I said, we're gonna cut up 2 of them, but we might not use that much potato, which is fine. Record that one. Whoops.
Nice shirt, babe.
Thank you. Dinner Daddy, Top Dad.
Woo.
My children got this for me for Christmas, actually. So, and I love my kids, and I love my wife, and I love my family. That's why I cook delicious food for them.
Thanks, babe.
You're welcome. It's the least I can do. All right. Now for our gooey duck. We are going to cut this. We're going to make this a little bit more manageable. So we'll cut this into 3 pieces here. And I'm gonna slice these, I don't know, can you see how I'm slicing it? Do I need to explain this to you? About 1/4 inch long, or 1/4 inch thick chunks. Also, this is not my kitchen, if you can't tell. Some friends of us are letting us stay here. What's their first names? Do you know?
John and Barb.
Thank you, John and Barb. You know who you are. Appreciate it. Bet you didn't know that a YouTuber was going to film a video in your house, but we appreciate it. And we're taking very good care of it, I promise. And also, we're going to chop up 1 shallot. I know people are going to say, what? Shallots don't belong in chowder. Well, guess what? This chowder is going to be a little bit sweet because gooey duck is a little bit sweet. And shallots are a little bit sweet. They're not like super oniony onions, if that makes sense. It's like a sweeter onion, and it's a little bit more mild than regular onions. So that's why I use them. All right, we're ready to start putting this thing together. So we're gonna fire up, oh shit, I don't know how do you make it turn on?
Light it all the way. Keep going, keep going.
Oh! I'm not used to cooking with gas, if you can't tell. We're gonna turn this on medium-high heat. Let our pot start to warm up. We're gonna add, let's say, 2 tablespoons of olive oil to our pot. You can bring it over here now and like look into the pot. You can zoom out if you want to, or do whatever you want. So our oil's nice and warmed up. We're gonna go ahead and add our carrots, celery. You can come zoom in on here now. And our shallot. We're also gonna add, we're gonna season this with some salt and pepper. Whether this is right or wrong, whenever I make, this is technically called a mirepoix in French cooking, or the Holy Trinity in American cooking. Carrot, celery, onion. Whenever I saute these together, I always like to add some salt and pepper. It's always good to season them. So we're gonna saute these. We want them to soften up. We don't want them to be like translucent and squishy in our mouth. We just want it to, we want all the veggies to soften up a little bit, because they're gonna wind up cooking in our cream for a while. All right, so our veggies, go ahead and look in here, if you will. They're starting to soften up. You can see we got a little bit of brown bits in there. That's perfect. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a little bit of room. We're gonna take a little bit of vermouth. I forgot to tell you guys about this in our recipe. We're gonna do like a couple tablespoons of vermouth in here to deglaze. That smells really yummy. And we're gonna let it both deglaze our pan / pot and cook off the alcohol. Might actually need to put just a tad more in there. So we'll call it 3 tablespoons of vermouth to deglaze. Then we're gonna add in our potatoes. And our cream. Uh-oh. There we go. This is 16 ounces of cream. And again, like I said, I like my clam chowder a little bit runny and not super thick. So we're gonna add in a little bit of whole milk. And now we're gonna let this come back up to a simmer, medium-high heat. Look at that. Big old chunks of food in there. Gonna hit this with a little more salt, or a lot more salt. And some more pepper. Oh, golly, that comes out slow. Here, we'll do this.
Give it to me.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and we're gonna let this simmer for, I'm gonna give it about 20 minutes. We wanna simmer it until these potatoes are cooked through and are soft, you know, to the tooth or to a fork. So we're gonna go ahead and put a pot or a lid on this. Again, not my kitchen, not the right lid. That's perfectly fine. We're gonna put a lid on this, let it simmer for a little bit, and then once the potatoes are cooked, we'll be back.
Show us the vermouth.
Oh, the vermouth. Ravata sweet vermouth. Remember I said that gooey duck is a little bit sweet, and that's why we put a shallot in there, because it's a little bit sweet. We're also adding a little bit of sweet vermouth as opposed to like a dry vermouth. So we'll be back once this is all softened up. All right, come on over here. So this has been simmering for about, I think, 30 minutes. It's a little bit runny, right? But like I said, I'm not a big fan of super thick chowder. I am a fan of kind of runny chowder, soupy chowder, if you will, with big bites of veggies. The veggies are all soft. The best way to tell is the potatoes are soft. So now we're going to add our gooey duck that we chopped up earlier. This has been sitting in the fridge so it doesn't go gnarly. By the way, if you Google how to make gooey duck, it's going to tell you that just a sashimi recipe is the best way to make this, which is raw. Which is fine. If I were to have it at a restaurant, I'm weird, and I trust restaurants like Japanese restaurants to do sashimi better than me. Sammy's coughing and screwing up the video. Anyways, we're gonna basically we're gonna put these in here. We're gonna turn up the heat just a little bit. I wanna cook these clams just so they're like, I won't have food poisoning on the drive home tomorrow, right? That's kind of my big thing. I know seafood doesn't give you food poisoning. You can eat it raw, but I just want to be sure. So we're going to let this sit for, I don't know, like 3 minutes. I just want to bring it back up to a simmer, and then we're probably done. All right, so this has been simmering for just a couple minutes after adding the clams. You don't want to add them in there for too long, or they'll get overcooked and turn rubbery. We're going to add some lemon zest. Again, this is not my kitchen, so not my zester. However, I'm pretty sure this will work. Juice, or the zest of 1 entire lemon. Ooh, almost dropped it in there. That'd be cool. This might be my new favorite zester. I'm not even kidding.
Don't grind your finger.
Yo, I'm trying not to, but this thing zests really well. Might be my new favorite way to do it. And then, all right, I'm gonna cut this in half. The juice of about 1/4 of this lemon. We're not going to juice the whole half. Yes, my hands are clean. All right, there we go. I'm going to give this one last stir. And this is ready to serve. I don't know if there's a ladle here. Let's do this thing. Come. Chep. It's time to dish
Pour
this
me
up.
some goodness.
Look at that bowl of gooey duck chowder. Let's set it down over here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I give you again a work of art with an ingredient that I've never used before. This is gooey duck chowder. Have a bite. Look at that spoon. Do you see that spoon? That's the tiniest little spoon on the planet. I found it in the drawer. Oh my God. That was with a carrot. Guys, the only seasoning we use here is salt and pepper. You can't beat this.
It happens every time I think about
That is so good. I've never made this before. I've never cooked with gooey duck. I've never made a clam chowder before. This is really good. I'm really proud of this. I'm kind of speechless right now. I'm gonna try another bite.
waiting for a faded lift ride home one step closer to bed before the midnight out, and I'm just waiting to do it all.
Guys, this trip to Seattle for gooey duck alone was worth it. Totally worth it. Thank you for watching. If you ever get a chance to get gooey duck, get it, make this chowder, and it's gonna blow your socks off. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
I want a bite now.
My wife's gonna take a bite now.
Am I recording right now?
I'm just trying to get the zoom all around it.
Yeah, it was not easy trying to get that.
I'm just trying to get it lined up. I don't know what I
Go one step closer to bed before the midnight out, and I'm just waiting for a faded lift ride home one step closer to bed before the midnight out, and I'm just waiting to do it all over. Don't keep sailing away into the
Oh my gosh.
I know. Is Geoduck the new like standard for clam chowder?
My mouth is on fire. Woo!
Where are you going?
Oh my gosh. So good. Oh my goodness.